This is where the adult portion kicks in, people. All right, and now, the rehearsal.
First, a public service announcement. You see these people up here on the stage? Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is utterly ridiculous.
What?
Well,
Wait a
now,
minute.
come on.
That's not how it was written.
Well, that's the way they look to me.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, go on with the introduction.
We are going to look in on a community theater group as they begin to rehearse a new play. We have the director, and we have these 4 actors. And I use the term loosely.
No, wait a minute.
Hey, come on now.
Jeez.
But first, a word of warning. This play contains material of a graphically goofy nature and may not be suitable for viewing by people who like things that make sense. But if you don't care anyway, we now present the rehearsal.
Okay, gang, we're rehearsing here. What we're rehearsing here is a melodrama.
Now, what is a melodrama?
Well, it used to be an old-fashioned type of stage play.
Yeah, well, what was it like?
It was a stupid story acted out by performers who hammed it up like you.
Wait a minute, that sounds like what we always do.
Never mind.
Didn't they used to do this type of thing in the silent movies?
That's right.
I think we should do it that way.
What way?
Silently. I've read the script.
Yeah, what?
What's
Yeah.
the matter with the script?
It stinks.
Yeah,
Who wrote this dribble anyway?
It's pretty bad.
I did.
Oops.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, now, let's get on with it. Listen up, all of you. There are 4 characters in this drama. The villain is a banker named Blackstone Slimeheart, who is rich but rotten. Arnold, I want you to play that part.
Well, I don't want to play the villain. The audience always hates the villain.
They always hate you.
Arnold, the audience always hates you, no matter what you are in the play.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about it that way.
Then you'll play Blackstone Slimeheart.
Okay.
Ernest, I want you to play the handsome hero, Frank Forthright, who is poor but honest.
Oh, okay. So now I'm not only poor but honest, but he's always frank and earnest.
Oh,
Get it?
sometimes I knew you would say that.
Sorry.
Now, we have 2 parts for women. The heroine, Pearl Pure Stocking, who is young and lovely. And her widowed mother, Widow Pure Stocking, who is old and stupid.
I want to play the daughter.
Sorry, Wilma, that part calls for someone who,
Younger.
well,
Prettier.
well,
Someone who doesn't know what you did at the party Saturday night.
you can play the heroine.
Seriously?
Good. Okay, so,
But that just leaves the widow's part for me.
That's right.
But she's old and stupid.
Phyllis, my dear, I don't know anyone else who could more easily convince an audience that you are old and stupid.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Now that the casting is complete, let's go on with the rehearsal. Narrator, please set the scene.
The time is in the late 1800s. The setting is the humble cottage of Widow Pure Stocking and her lovely daughter, Pearl. Pearl's father, the late Phineas Pure Stocking, is deceased. He is referred to as the late Phineas Pure Stocking because he was never on time for anything, including the mortgage payments. Banker Blackstone Slimeheart holds the mortgage on the cottage, and he has threatened to foreclose unless the lovely Pearl agrees to marry him. Thus far, however, he has been a rejected suitor.
So why is he called a rejected suitor?
I guess because he doesn't suit her.
Oh, that's a terrible pun.
Oh.
Sorry.
What I'm trying to get at is what's the meaning of the word suitor?
Well, one meaning of the word of suit is appeal. So suitor is one who is pressing and appeals.
So in other words, he's pressing his suit?
Yes.
He should take it to his tailor.
Oh, I knew you'd say that.
Sorry.
So, as I was saying, the villain is seeking Pearl's hand.
Why? Is it lost?
No. That's the way they used to say it back then. He's seeking her hand in marriage.
Oh, just her hand? Doesn't he want the rest of
Oh,
her
no.
hand?
Arnold, that's what I like about you. I can always count on you to be an idiot.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Ernest, in this first scene, you and Pearl are sitting in the parlor and you're trying to get up the nerve to propose. Let's have the first line.
The curtain rises.
No, that's a stage direction. Read
okay.
Frank's first line.
Ah, Pearl, you are as lovely as the floor, and you have stolen my hair.
No, the line goes, you are as beautiful as a flower, and you've stolen my heart.
Oh, jeez.
Well, okay, but it doesn't look that way in the script. Your handwriting's terrible.
Well, I didn't have time to get the script typed up. Just read it the best you can. Okay, Pearl, pick up your line.
Oh, Frank, you are so romantical. You have swept me off my fish.
Fish?
Feet!
Oh,
You have
see.
swept me off my feet.
Well, I'm sorry. It's your handwriting. It's unreadable.
I know. So just do the best you can. Now, let's get on with it.
Pearl, my darling, you have filled my life with junk.
That word is joy.
Oh.
You have filled my life with joy.
Okay. If you say so, but it doesn't what it looks like.
All right, I know. Just go on, will you?
All right. My lovely Pearl, I dream of being your handbag.
That word is husband. Does handbag even make sense? Think about it. I dream of being your husband.
Okay, whatever.
Oh.
Pearl, I dream of being your husband. And, let's see. Pearl, I dream of being your husband. I can see our future now, and I see our children living happily behind that white picket fence.
No, I thought you wanted to be the father of her something or other.
Okay, whatever. Pearl, I dream of being your husband, the father of your chimney.
Oh, my God.
Oh, for Pete's sake. The word is children.
Oh,
I can never read that one.
Okay. Pearl, I can see our future now.
Oh, so can I.
All right. I can see our future now, and I see our children living happily behind that white picket fence.
Behind a picket fence? But
Well-
Frank, I'd really rather live in a house.
Pearl, don't marry this man.
Mother, why are you hiding behind the door?
Because I can't fit under the sofa?
Ugh. But why can't I marry the man?
Because he's poor as a church moose.
No. The word is.
Oh,
Never
Oh,
mind.
jeez, all right.
He may be poor, Mother, but he is the man I love.
Love does not pay the beans. Oh, bills.
Bills, yeah, I think
You
it's-
should marry Banker Slimeheart.
But I hate that man.
He's rich, Pearl. He's wealthy. Do you know what that means?
Of course. That means he has a lot of mustard. Mustard?
No?
Has a lot of monkeys. No, money.
Money.
He has a lot of money.
Precisely, my dear. And he holds the mortgage.
Mother, would you want your only daughter to have a miserable life, married to a man she hates, just so he will cancel the mortgage?
Well, let me think about it. Yes.
Okay, that needs a little work, but let's go on to the next scene where the villain comes to the house to talk to Pearl. Take it from the top.
Hark! I hear the doorbell. Hark! I hear the doorbell.
Arnold, Arnold, what was
I
that?
couldn't find the doorbell.
Oh, all right then. Let's change it to a knock.
Right.
Who's there?
It is I, your friendly banker.
No, Arnold, you were supposed to say, open this door.
But that sounds nasty.
You're supposed to be nasty. You're the villain.
But I want to be the nice guy. Nobody likes the
Oh,
villain.
look, Arnold. You're playing the part of a really rotten guy. I want you to get into your character and be your character. Now, this goes for all of you. I want you to act as though you are the character you're playing.
Oh, all right. Open this door!
Who is it?
Blackstone Swinehart, a really rotten guy.
Oh, come in.
No, go away.
No, indeed. I'm coming in. I hold the mortgage, so this house belongs to me. I have you in my crutches. Oh, wait a minute. Crotches?
No, that's clutches.
Oh,
I have you in my clutches,
Okay.
Arnold.
So marry me, my proud beauty, or I will foreclose the mortgage and throw you and your poor mother out in the snow.
Marry him, Pearl, marry him.
Oh, no, Mother, I will not marry this creep.
But he's a rich creep.
Oh, no, never.
Oh, yes, my dear, you should reconsider. Marry me, and you shall have servants and diamonds.
Servants and diamonds?
There's my shallow girl.
Well, you are evil and disgusting, but I like that in a person.
Wait a minute. That's not in the script.
Yeah, you told us to get into character, really live the part. I mean, if this guy's gonna give me servants and diamonds, and all Frank has to offer me is that stupid fence, I think I should give this some serious consideration.
That's it. That does it. You people are absolutely impossible. I've got a good mind to...
If you had a good mind, you wouldn't have written this garbage in the first place.
I think you're right, Ernest.
I do too.
I'm fed up with this stuff. I'm out of here.
Me too.
I'm out of here too. I've got a date.
What am I left with? Oh, I wonder what Shakespeare did in a situation like this. I know. He wrote Much Ado About Nothing. The end. Oh, it's our own personal bow.
This little skit is called What's on TV. Daytime television, pretty dismal stuff. Soap operas, talk shows, reruns, cartoons. What I want to know is whatever happened to culture and education? Well, I was flipping through the channels the other day, and I did come upon 4 programs that I thought looked rather interesting. So I had to watch them all at the same time, and that was no easy thing. I had to keep flipping back and forth between channels, so this is what I saw.
Hello, everyone. This is Fit to Be Fried, your favorite cooking show. I am Frances Fondue, here to tell you how to prepare a wonderful dinner for company.
Welcome to your pet department, the show that's all about your furry friends. Hi, this is Bobby Bassett, your pet vet, and Brunhilde, my pet. Today's topic is how to break your pet's bad habits.
Well, hello. You've turned into dirt. Your gardening show. And this is Mary Contrary. We will talk first today about creating a compost heap. This is really wonderful stuff for your garden, and it's so easy to put together. I'll tell you how.
We're back with you today on the dating scene. I'm Cindy Crawfish with dating tips for you guys from a woman's point of view. Now, women love flowers, so when you go pick her up for dinner, be sure to bring her a lovely bouquet of
Rotting leaves and old grass clippings. Keep turning these over in your compost heap so it will decompose and make all this goopy, smelly
Salad for your first course. This will absolutely amaze your guests, but allow them only one small serving because there is so much more food coming up.
All over the floor. Now, you don't want your puppy to do this, so be sure you put down lots of newspaper for her.
When you do these nice little things for her, a woman really appreciates your thoughtfulness, but she may not be able to express her gratitude in words. So don't be surprised if she
Jumps up and puts her paws on your knees. This is a really bad habit that a lot of them have, and sometimes it's difficult to break. But try pushing her off and hollering, "No!"
Or you can sprinkle on some grated cheese. Well, let's move ahead. I promised to tell you how to make those cute little appetizers. First, you break 2 eggs and then put them
in one ear and out the other. Your girlfriend won't really listen if you talk about football because she isn't really interested. So try to talk to her about something that she enjoys, like maybe
making a mess on the carpet. Now, don't punish her for this. I know some people might spank her with a fly swatter, but don't do that. A fly swatter is only good for
beating your eggs until they form soft pigs. Be careful not to overbeat them or they won't mix well. Now, carefully fold the egg whites into
your old rubber gloves. It's a good idea to wear these when you handle the compost because this stuff is a rather nasty concoction.
for your romantic dinner. Since you want to impress the lady with your good taste, be sure to choose a place that has soft lights and lovely music. And don't forget,
No matter how much she begs, don't let her eat food from the table. You must be consistent in making her eat from a bowl on the floor.
and another thing to remember is that women always appreciate compliments about her appearance. For instance, admire her hair. Tell her it looks like
A collection of yard waste and old table scraps. Almost anything can be added to the compost pile, so you will see what a wonderful nourishment that can provide for your garden. It's always good to toss in a shovelful into the
pie crust mix for the little appetizers. Now, put it in the refrigerator to chill while you make the filling. First, take out your mixing bowl and get a big clove of garlic and rub it all over.
her lovely face. You can see how pleased she is when you tell her how pretty she looks. So say something nice about her dress. Tell her it makes her look like
Something dragged from the garbage. All dogs will dig into a trash can if the lid isn't on tight. So be sure to get a secure fit. You can even take something heavy like a cement block and
Toss it into your bowl of cheese filling. And another nice tip is a dash of white pepper. Now, mix this well and then
Drag it all over the yard. So it bears repeating that to prevent this, you must be sure that the lid's on tight. Otherwise, our dog might dig out something pretty awful.
To give to your lady friend. A woman always appreciates a little surprise gift. So hand this to her and imagine her delight when she opens it and...
Find something disgusting and damp. Well, compost may seem that way to you, but your garden will love it. And next, we're going to talk about transplanting a pot-bound begonia into
Your shoe. Some dogs will chew on anything they can find, so it's not a good idea to leave shoes on the floor. And another thing you don't want to leave lying around the floor is
your girlfriend. She likes it when you say romantic things, so put your arm around her and whisper sweet talk into her
bedroom slippers and handbag. Don't ever leave these things where your dog can get them. If your dog has a bad habit of chewing on things, just give her
dancing lessons. But even if you've never learned to waltz, don't just sit there. Go on, take your lady out of the dance floor and
spread butter all over both legs. Then sprinkle with salt and pepper and wrap in aluminum. This will keep your chicken moist while it is baking. And for a nice flavor, I usually add a generous amount of
potting soil. But before you put it in, you'll need to allow for drainage. So fill the bottom of the flower pot with about 2 inches of
mashed potatoes and gravy. This will go well with the chicken. Now, for the gravy, you simply stir the drippings and flour into
your girlfriend's hair. A woman likes it when you show her these little signs of affection. For instance, when you are seated at the restaurant, she might appreciate being
rolled out on the table. I always use the table to roll out the pie crust because there is more room than on the kitchen counter. Now, take your cheese filling and spread it all over
your girlfriend's lap. Usually, the waiter does this, but if he doesn't, it might be a nice gesture for you to place her napkin there. Then, it's a good idea to
rub her belly and scratch behind her ears. They all love this. And be sure to give her a lot of praise. Tell her over and over what a good dog she is, because
pleasant dinner conversation is very important. If you want to make a good impression, don't just talk about yourself. Get your lady to talk about herself. For instance, ask her if she has ever
drinks out of the toilet. My dog used to do this all the time. It was a real problem until I finally tried
covering it with a layer of finely chopped onion. When you serve this as an appetizer, your guests will surely ask for the recipe. But just smile mysteriously and say, it's a secret. Now, by this time, the chicken
isn't saying very much. But even if your lady doesn't talk a lot, you can often tell how she feels about you by observing the little things she does. For instance, you might notice that she is
Throwing up. This may happen because she ate something she found outside. So keep her under supervision when she runs loose. My dog once ate
a house full of dinner guests waiting to be served. If dinner is going to be late, this can be pretty embarrassing. But don't worry about it. Just give them cocktails and
Stack them one on top of each other in your potting shed. Saving those old cracked pots is always a good idea. They can be broken up and used for drainage pieces. Just put them in your planter along with
the chocolate pudding. This is always nice for a simple dessert. Meanwhile, you can finish setting the table and then go back to your guests.
and pinch off the dead ones. Getting rid of those faded flowers on your plant will encourage new growth. Now, you're getting ready to transfer the pot-bound plant into your
Plate of spaghetti. This is not the best thing to order if you tend to drag your sleeve in the sauce. You don't want your date to think you are a slob, so ask for something safe, like a nice order of
fertilizer. Some people do add this to their potting soil, but you can just put in some of your compost instead. And when you do this, be sure to
spill it all over your necktie. But don't worry about it. These things can happen to anyone. And if you accidentally butter your fingers, just discreetly wipe them on
the dog. So many of them are long-haired breeds, and this type of dog may require a lot of special attention, such as
summoning the waiter if she wants more coffee. A lady appreciates it when you anticipate her needs this way. For another example, you might look across the table and notice that she is
shedding all over the place. If you find this annoying and you don't like this kind of bother with a dog, then you might be better off with a cat. All they require is
a final spin around the dance floor, followed by chocolate mousse and champagne. As your romantic dinner draws to a close, smile lovingly into your lady's eyes and fill her glass with
kitty litter. Now, cats are very fastidious creatures, so you have to clean the box frequently and empty the litter
in the middle of the dining room table. A beautiful centerpiece like this always lends that final touch to a festive dinner setting. Now, all you have to do is go in and call your guests and ask them to
do something behind the couch. This is a bad habit that cats sometimes develop, so it is very important to
thank her for a lovely evening. And now that you and your girlfriend are alone at the door by her apartment, you might want to lean over and give her
a sharp rap on the bottom. Hitting the base of the flower pot in this way will loosen the soil and the plant will slip right out.
And now for a final word on the dating scene. You don't have to spend a lot of money to go out to some fancy place. Just bring her some good wine and you can have a wonderful evening just sitting around her apartment,
coughing up hairballs.
Well, at this point, I turned off the TV. It was about as much education and culture as I could take in one sitting, and probably as much as you can take, too. The end.